Let's talk about it. This is the podcast where Jamie and Kirsten talk about everything.
No limits, no boundaries.
Hello.
Join us while we talk about what really
Hello.
goes on in our lives.
Anything
I'm
goes.
so sorry.
So without
I
further
just got
ado,
bitched at.
let's talk
I'm
about
sorry.
it.
I'm really
No,
sorry.
It's okay. I don't mind.
No, that's on me.
No,
I need
you're
to-
totally good. I just thought it was really funny you yelled at me.
Okay, well,
You said it just pissing me off. I'm already in a bad mood.
Jamie just put I feel like I've talked about this on the podcast before.
Yeah.
I fucking hate cats like so much.
I honestly, this is not normal. Your hatred for cats is like so extreme.
I hate cats. I think they're gross. I think they're mean. I really hate them. Also, sorry if my audio is off. I'm just really not having a good time. I
You're so good. Don't even
can't
worry.
find my adapter for my microphone, so we're just like raw dogging it. It's
I think
fine.
that's totally fine.
But she put them. First of all, the microphone was loud as fuck, and she put it right up to her cat's purring, and it pissed me off.
You know, that's okay. I'm sorry. My mistake.
I feel like I shouldn't be this angry, but
No, it's okay. You've had a long day, to be
I've
fair.
had a really long day.
Yeah, no, it's totally good.
I'm
Anyways,
so welcome back to another episode of Let's Talk About It.
yeah, good evening, you sexy fuckers.
My apologies. Also,
Don't even apologize.
we haven't been here for 2 weeks, and
There's
That-
no need. There's absolutely no need to apologize.
that's on me once again.
It's not on you, though. That's not on you. And I want to make that very clear to you and to everyone that that's not on you, honestly.
Yeah, I'll explain. But we haven't been here for 2 weeks, and sorry if you guys don't give a fuck. Sorry.
No, you're good.
It's fine.
Don't even worry.
It's fine.
It's
I'm
not.
fine.
It's not on you. It's okay. We're back though.
I'm so tired right now.
Mm-hmm.
Very loose cannon.
For sure.
So but like
it'll
we
be
have
a miracle if we don't get in a fight on this episode. This might be the episode where we finally fight. No, I'm just kidding.
but we haven't recorded in 2 weeks, and if it wasn't for that, like I am so tired that I've been like, no.
Oh, for sure.
But then again, that's on me because I was like, we should record Saturday. Then I was like, no, not Saturday. Let's do it
I know.
Monday.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
I didn't think that went through. Well,
yeah,
Saturday.
that probably wasn't the smartest choice.
Yeah, but I just wanted to like give us a little extra content like
For
today
sure,
because I had
yeah.
something going on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And I do. I have some
Yeah.
stories.
We love.
So I guess we should get right into weekly check-in.
Oh my god, love your merch. I just saw it.
Oh my god,
Super
thank
cute.
you.
Period. Love that.
It's really like warm too.
It's cute. Anyways, sorry.
Shout out
cut
to
you off.
Tanner for standing in the merch line for an hour for
No
me.
way. He's
An
so-
hour.
That's a real friend.
That is a real friend because he literally ordered it online. And I was like, oh, I don't want to pay for shipping.
Yeah.
I'll just
that's
wait for the
fair.
show. And he wanted a poster. And I was like, well.
Well, since you're already going.
Because he was like, it's okay if I miss the openers. Like, I don't really like know any of their music. So I'll go
Mhm.
stand in line.
Yeah.
Anyways, for our audio listeners, I'm wearing a Kacey Musgraves star-crossed crew neck.
Yeah.
We
look like we're twinning. I also didn't realize that. We're not matching today. My apologies. I totally like ripped off the brand. I didn't even realize yours was tan.
I slept in it and I woke up this morning. I was like, I'm not changing.
I had a black t-shirt on, but it's really fucking cold, so I switched
It's
to a
freezing.
sweatshirt. But I guess I didn't really plan the fact that we're both wearing tan. That's embarrassing.
Oh my god, twinning.
Love
See,
that
and like
for us. I like the side of that. That's dope.
you should see
Not
the
the
back.
dagger.
You should see the back. The back's really good too.
For anyone who's listening to the audio, it just so happens to be the heart with the dagger.
Oh, that is a heart.
Super on brand. I love that.
Well, It wouldn't be a heart and a dagger, it'd be a rose and a dagger, silly goose.
That's true. Silly me. There's just so many. I get them mixed up sometimes.
It's been 5 minutes and we have not gotten anywhere.
We literally haven't said anything. Like we've been talking,
Anyways.
but we haven't said anything.
Anyways, how have you been?
Fuck. I've been okay. I'm okay.
Okay. Me?
Yeah. No, I've been good, man. Can't complain. It's been uneventful, just living the dream.
How have your last 2 weeks been?
It's been really great. Just working. I have some exciting things that happened just a couple of days ago. So first and foremost, I've really been stepping up the makeup game, and I'm wearing fake lashes.
I love that for you.
Do we love it? It's kind of fun.
We love it. It's very natural. Whereas I will wear like House of Lashes literally every day.
Yeah, I went for just like the Ardell natural kind of like.
I used to always wear the Ardell naked ones.
I think it's a good beginner lash.
It is.
Well, because I bought them because when we go to New York in a couple weeks, we're going to some shows. I was like, well, it would be fun to wear lashes, you know. And so I bought a couple to make sure I like know how to put them on before I do it in New York, and really liking them.
My issue is once I started wearing like fuller like false lashes or just like lashes in general, I don't know how to not wear lashes literally like every day.
Really? I mean, I could see how that could start being a problem for me because I love them.
I used to wear the naked ones every day, and then I like needed a pair like on a pinch, so I got like a fuller one.
Yeah.
And I was like, and then I went back to the nakeds, and I was like, I hate it.
It's just, yeah, I know for sure.
But I feel like you're very like clean makeup.
Yeah,
not natural. And where I'm, well, this is not a good example because I look like trash.
No, you don't. You're fine.
I literally look like a cake with icing.
No, you have. I think I'm jealous of like your makeup skills. You're so good at makeup. And
also, ignore the fact that I'm not wearing foundation. That my face is whiter than my neck. The cell tan.
No, you're good. No, that's totally fine. So yeah, I'm wearing lashes today. I got some outfits for our New York trip. Finally, many mental breakdowns later. Zara with the hookup found some good outfits there.
We love Zara.
Yeah. I mean, other than that, it's honestly been a super boring 2 weeks for me. I'm just taking it easy, you know.
I love that for you.
Every day of my life is a vacation. Oh my god, you want to hear something so funny? This just happened like 10 minutes before we started filming. So I went downstairs and my dad was doing something and his phone went off and he was like, "Oh my god, who's texting me?" And get this. So he has a friend. He has several friends, and this makes me happy. This is cute. So his boss retired, but that's his homie now. So apparently they're like buddies. And they're in a little group chat with a couple other guys, I swear to God. And they send stupid memes back and forth and they just like chat, and I'm like, this is the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life. Like they're just like homies. And I'm like, wow.
Just dudes being dudes.
No, for real. And it's like I read the memes and the stupid pictures. They're literally so dumb, like not funny. Very like old men.
Very humor. Like dry old man human.
Very like old man
humor. I said human.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
But that's how you know my sense of humor is so fucking stupid that I laughed at a couple of them. And Jessica, my sister, she was like, "That's not funny." And I'm like, "No, that's like a good one. They're onto something with that." But yeah,
that's the same energy as MSS ISS IPP in your eye.
Oh man, yeah, that's a good one. It's a fucking knee slapper. So
that's a knee slapper.
It is. So yeah, my dad has friends, which we love. My dad has more friends than I do.
Same.
But we love that for him. Just a popular king. So yeah.
We stand.
We do. What else? Has anything else that we can think of happened to me? Started watching Euphoria, finally.
Yeah, I want to have a Euphoria discussion a little later.
Yeah, we can talk about
Love
that a
it.
little bit. We love. I'm new to the game, but thank you for convincing me to watch
Of
it.
course. It's my duty.
Yeah, it is. So yeah, I mean, other than that, I've had a really boring week, so that's it for me. What about you? What's happening in Kirsten's world?
Okay.
Fuck.
I only know.
Not funny.
It's not funny.
It's literally not.
I just that's like a defense mechanism. I just laugh because I don't know.
I just
like
laugh because I'm
how
Yeah,
to deal with it.
I just laugh because I'm uncomfortable and I don't know how else to act.
So my grandmother got sick with COVID.
It's not funny, Kirsten.
Please stop laughing.
No, I'm trying so hard. You don't understand. Just carry on. I will get it together.
She got COVID she tested positive like a day after Christmas.
Yeah.
You know, she wasn't doing bad. Like she honestly wasn't. She was feeling like a lot better than like she's fully vaccinated. I think she felt a lot better than she actually was. And she like when I got an antibody treatment, and my mom was taking care of her. I literally cannot thank my mom enough.
Yeah, for sure.
And my aunt, both of them really did so much for her. And I feel like I talked about this before. Like my grandpa passed away from COVID too.
Yeah.
My mom, she kept telling my mom like, go home, like I feel fine.
Yeah.
And she was breathing and it had this like gurgling sound. And that's what happened with my grandpa, like before he passed away. So my mom like just had this gut feeling like, no, I had to stay. So she stayed, and like in the next morning she was like throwing up really bad, and they pressed her life alert.
Yeah.
The place that she lives told her like this is a life alert, but no, it's just like a call light button.
Oh shit.
So they're like waiting for a squad, and finally my mom just like called. She's in the ICU for a couple days. Things were like looking up. She did have like a chest infection too. She was in step down, and she was under the impression that like the next week she would be going home.
Yeah.
So this is 2 Sundays ago. My mom gets a call at like around 4 a.m. 4:30 a.m. And I heard my mom answer the phone, and I just had this gut feeling.
Yeah.
Like I knew. And my grandmother like had some like complications and ended up bleeding out. Yeah. Try to suck up the tears. Sorry.
No, you're good.
So I think this is the first time I've really like talked about it.
Yeah, probably.
In like a sense of like what happened.
For sure.
Besides like to you, basically. And like so we like my brother and sister-in-law are home now. So my mom was like going up to the hospital with like COVID restrictions. Obviously, even though she was deceased, like couldn't bring like the whole family up. So I had the lovely pleasure of calling my brothers and telling them at like 5 o'clock in the morning. So like I straight up couldn't sleep after that. I mean, like who really can?
Yeah, obviously.
So my brother and sister-in-law, like, we went and like got some food and like brought it over all to my uncle's house because we're trying to figure out the next steps.
Right.
So as soon as I walked in the door, or even like when I got in my sister's car, it was like a switch. Like I was crying all morning, but as soon as I saw people, a switch.
Right.
Because I just feel some sort of obligation to like bring like a silver lining. Well, there's not a silver lining in that, but like some sort of like peace offering or like like comedy. So like everyone's not so depressed.
For sure.
Or just like laugh for just a second.
And I feel like I get that, but at the same time, that's a big responsibility that no one should have to take on. Like, that's not your job to console everyone else. You have to like focus on yourself too.
But also it's a way of consoling myself.
Yeah, that's true, I guess. I didn't think about it like that. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that probably does help.
So like me, I didn't take off work.
Which is so insane.
So the next day was Monday, I had to work. I was there for like 2 hours before I texted Jamie and I was like, can you please just like come cover for me? Which I like felt bad about doing.
I literally told you I would work for you whenever you need it. It's not a big deal. That's like no one should be going to work like that soon after something like that. Come
on. So I literally started crying like at the slightest little thing at work.
Of course, yeah.
It's like I don't really like crying in front of people. Like no one really does. But
yeah.
I was like, okay, like I'm a little overly emotional, like I should not be here.
For sure.
So I took like a half a day and then continued to chug along at work all week long. And I feel like the past 2 weeks, well then like that Friday was like her service. And even like at the like funeral, I was just like cracking jokes the whole time, but like to make the mood lighter, because like I know like my grandma wouldn't want all of us to be like crying.
Yeah.
But like I would try to like push other family members to like go say their goodbyes, and like I would go with them and like crack a joke, just like make it lighter. But that night, like we all like as like all of our cousins basically for the most part like went and like we like rented like a part of Top Golf and we like just hung out together, and I couldn't tell you like the last time we've all been close like that. So that was really nice. But I feel like the past 2 weeks I've just been on go and like doing so much that like I know when I stop is when I'm gonna like freak out about it.
For sure. Yeah. I think maybe I'm not 100% sure. Maybe like in small doses, try to work through it instead of like just don't let it like all come out at once, because that's gonna be like a big fucking breakdown.
Well, I feel like I do. Like
yeah, and I think that's good.
Sometimes I could talk about her. See, like right now,
yeah, no, it's okay.
Like I've cried a lot about it, but like I haven't like really.
Yeah, you haven't like fully let all of it go, for sure.
I feel like sometimes I could talk about her in a casual way.
For sure.
And not like
get upset, yeah.
Yeah. But other times like I'll talk about her and just like
for sure. I think that's normal.
Go crazy.
No, that's okay.
But I was gonna say something about it, but now I'm gonna cry about it.
It's okay.
Oh, Anna's gonna listen to this and hear me crying. Sorry, girly.
Come on.
That's my cousin, for anyone who doesn't know.
Mm-hmm.
She was a very big role in my life.
Yeah.
She essentially was like another parent to me.
Mm-hmm.
It really was like her and my mom that raised me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean,
So,
that's a big loss, and it's fucked.
so like, yeah, like she raised me and my brothers along with my mom for the most part.
Yeah.
And like like as a kid, I spent every single day over there, like even like the rest of my cousins.
Mm-hmm.
Like she has always been like the glue of the family.
Mm-hmm.
And like I feel like it just has like I just haven't stopped. So
Right.
like when I like actually process like, oh, like she's gone, and you'd be like, okay, she was a
Mm-hmm.
clue, so like what do we do now?
Yeah.
So yeah, I've had a really shitty 2 weeks.
I mean, for sure. That's like, yeah, that's like next level fucking tough. I don't even know how you've kept it together as much as you have, but I think, yeah,
um
just allow yourself to feel, don't
yeah,
keep
no
it all
about
bottled.
that.
Trust me, you need to at least try, because it's not going to be good if you keep that shit bottled up for a long time. You're going to have a huge, like, big breakdown, and it's not going to be good.
I've noticed since like when I get like this,
Mm-hmm.
that like my addictive behaviors come out.
Uh,
So like the amount of packages I've received in the past 2 weeks
oh,
from like
yeah.
purchasing stuff
Well,
just
that's
to like
actually
feel
normal. I
something.
think that's a big coping
There
skill
could
for
be
you.
worse things that I'm doing.
For sure. I mean, that is something that I get that. That's like the one of the things that you've kind of went to for so long to cope.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that you'd go back to that.
But like I have had like little pockets of peace, I guess, like
Mm-hmm.
these past 2 weeks, like doing little things. Like
Yeah.
yesterday, I went to the Kacey Musgraves concert. My bestie is in town. I haven't seen
Mm-hmm.
him in like a year and a half.
Yeah.
Uh, almost 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And like he got here Friday. I went and saw him Saturday. I literally just walked in the house and like sat down, and it was like no time had passed.
Mm-hmm.
It's always like that with him.
For sure.
But yesterday, for our Ohio listeners, you know that like the weather was
Mm-hmm.
absolute garbage.
Right.
Um, so like when I woke up, I looked out the window and saw like a fresh 4 inches of snow on top of like the insane amount we got, like what, like 16 inches the other day.
Yeah.
So like a fresh new like 4 inches.
I'm not gonna lie to you. When
Three
I
inches.
saw the snow, I was like, "Oh, it's not looking good for her concert tonight. What if they
I know.
cancel?"
I thought for sure they're
I
gonna.
didn't want to say anything, but I was like, "Ew, that's probably not good."
No, I thought they were gonna cancel.
Yeah.
But honestly, the roads were like by the time that we left, the roads weren't too bad, like at
I
all.
figured. Mm-hmm.
Well, especially like once you got like towards Cleveland,
Mm-hmm.
fine.
Right. Yeah, I
Um,
figured.
so like when I looked out the window and saw that there's so much snow out there, I was like, well, shit. Am I going tonight? That's the question.
Right.
I had a pit ticket. And when her Star-Crossed film came out, I think I talked about this already.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh my god, I had to like replicate one of her outfits for
Mm-hmm.
my concert outfit, and I did the like tweed set with the veil that like was in sunglasses. That was like the transition into Good Wife, as if anyone has
Mm-hmm.
seen the film.
Yeah.
And I was thinking like, oh my god, we're gonna have to line up outside like with this weather. It's gonna suck.
Mm-hmm.
But we got down there around like 3:00, 3:30. The parking there was whack. Okay, so we bought like a parking pass like through AXS to like park in the parking.
I've never trusted those things. I don't know why. I've never done it because I just feel like tell me how your experience was, because I've always been so scared to like buy a fucking parking thing that way.
Okay, well, like, so if you purchase through AXS, it's usually parking like through the arena that like like where it's held.
Yeah.
So it was the arena. It was a parking garage that was connected to Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse.
Okay.
Like, you know how like when we were in line for a merge, that parking garage.
Oh, okay.
So we get down there around like 3:30, 4:00, and we can't get in the parking garage.
See, that's what I'm always scared of. Like, I don't know what did you guys do?
The parking garage wouldn't open until an hour before the doors open.
Fuck that. Yeah.
So we wasted money like on that.
That's tough.
So we had to pay for parking again for like the parking garage across the street.
Fuck that.
And it was the most sketchiest parking garage I've ever been in my entire life. Literally just like these like random poles holding like the ceiling up. I was like, oh my god, it's gonna like crash onto like my car.
That's so sketchy.
We're like, okay, we have time to kill because like we're looking around, like no one was like lining up outside. So we're like, oh, like we're the only ones here. Like this is weird.
Yeah.
So we're like, okay, like the street over is East 4th, where there's like a lot of restaurants and bars. So we're like, okay, we'll go have a drink. So I get out of the car and I'm like, oh my god, because I almost stepped in something. It was the biggest fucking squirrel I've ever seen, dead in the middle of the floor on the parking garage.
Oh, that's sad.
Like the location of the squirrel, I don't know how it happened.
Yeah, that's really sad. Maybe an animal like killed it.
I don't know, but almost stepped in it. So
ew.
Also had to pee like so bad. So we found a bathroom in this bar after walking all down East Forest just like blizzarding out. We had a drink, and then I looked out and I saw this girl going inside the arena, and I was like,
yeah,
maybe they're lining up in there. And that was right. So like, we hurried up and changed into our concert outfits in the car.
Smart.
There's probably like 15 to 20 people in front of us. Ended up with barricade, which is exciting. And Muna was one of her openers, and I was mesmerized by their guitar player. Like, she is so insanely talented and so beautiful. So beautiful.
Love that.
My friend was in line getting merch, so like his sister that was with us, I looked at her and I was like, I can't stop looking at her.
Yeah.
And they were like really fun, great performers, really knows how to like work the stage and work the crowd. And then I was so excited. Their other opener was King Princess, and I love her music.
Yeah.
I went so hard.
We love that.
I made eye contact as I was like flailing my body, and it was kind of embarrassing, so sorry about that.
Yeah.
But she didn't sing Pussy is God, and I was really upset about it. Well, like maybe understandable because there's like children, but like
fuck that.
Fuck them kids.
Fuck those kids for sure.
Did I shed a little tear when she sang 1950? Yeah.
For sure.
Do I cry every time I hear that song? Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's fine.
The girls that get it.
Yes.
For sure.
But like I feel like the crowd was not hype enough for her. Like she really brought it. She was feeling herself.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
But then the lights go down. Kacey comes out. Phenomenal performer. Love her. And then I was really glad that, like, for the most part in the pit, like, people weren't shoving nothing, like, kept their
That's good, at
space.
least.
Like,
Nice.
even though we were at barricade and Tanner was gone for an hour, no
Mhm.
one tried to, like, get in his spot, which is, like, really shocking to me with
Yeah.
all my experiences with pits tickets before.
I
But
feel like you can't really go super hard in like a Kacey pit though, you know? Like
you'd be
how hard can you
surprised. Everyone was going, like, super hard.
go? Really?
I got
Weird.
elbowed in the jaw by the guy next to me.
Okay, that's weird. I can't picture that to her music. That's so random.
And
I
she
love
well,
that though.
she sang, like, some songs from, like, previous albums too.
Mhm.
Um, but the song Justified by her, every time I hear that song, it's like I'm in a music video.
Mhm.
I am in my element.
Yeah.
So, like, for most of the concert, I had my sunglasses on top of my head.
Yeah.
But she starts singing Justified, and, like, she's, like, our side of the stage.
Yeah.
Also, I learned, like, every time if you don't get center barricade, go to the right with all my experiences.
Yeah. Maybe you're right. I'm trying to think of like I don't know, everybody I've seen that I've had pit, usually like the artist is pretty good about going all over the place. But
But, she's singing Justified. I'm in, like, my own world, literally own world. I put
yeah.
my sunglasses on, and I'm just, like, dancing so hard, full on performance,
Mm.
eyes closed half the time.
Yeah.
I open my eyes. She's, like, staring at me, like, chuckling, singing.
That's tough.
I was so embarrassed, but, like,
Yeah.
I made her laugh, so.
That's tough.
Tanner was, like, cracking up. He was like, "She stared at you the entire time laughing."
No. That's
I
funny.
She wasn't performing for me during Justified, I was
Yeah.
performing for her, honestly.
As you should. We love that.
But I had a wonderful time. She is a wonderful performer. I it's not my first time seeing Kacey, and I will literally see her every time she goes on tour because
Yeah.
she is the moment.
She really is.
But what was I gonna say? Oh, she sang Rainbow as her last song.
Mm.
Wait, the one song before her encore? I can't even remember what the set list was. She just straight up goes like this and falls backwards off the stage, like into like this like box thing
Oh god.
under the stage.
Love.
It made me nervous, but when she sang Rainbow, I always cry at the end of the song, which is like, we'll all be all right.
I just smacked my head against the wall.
And I feel like everything that's been going on when she said we'll all be all right, I just like a tear just like shed down my face.
Right.
But anyways, after the concert, trying to get out with like the shitty weather was
I'm sure it was a nightmare.
a nightmare. Like, the roads weren't bad, but like post concert traffics are always, it's like always horrible. And then trying to like people that like can't drive in the snow.
Yeah.
So I didn't get home till like 1 a.m. Had to work this morning. I literally cried when my alarm went off. Like, I was like, I can't do this today.
Yeah.
I feel like I look exhausted.
I think you look great.
Anyways, enough about that. Something I wanted to talk about was a trigger warning essay. Jack Wright has recently come out. If you don't know who Jack Wright is, he's a TikToker, content creator. Very young. I think he like just turned 18. Talking about like his essay experience with CNMA, which is another TikTok creator. And they were in some sort of like fake relationship for the TikToks.
Yeah.
After watching his video, like it was really sad to hear the way he talked about it, because a couple months ago is when like those videos came out of him like blacked out.
Yeah, I saw that.
And she was like crawling on top of him, like groping him essentially.
That's disgusting, bro.
Which, could you imagine if it was like
the roles were reversed?
A woman that was passed out drunk and a guy was doing that, like,
right,
literally, like, authorities would have been involved like immediately.
Yeah.
And like people would have been like super supportive of the situation. But I feel like a lot of that like attention, like after that video, died down within like a couple days.
Right.
So he came out and like talked about his experience, and when you're in a like situation like that, like when he's like very good friends with this girl, like it's obviously hard to, like, in that situation, understand your feelings.
Right.
And it really made me sad at this particular part of the video where he was like, I kept on trying to get her off of me, but I didn't want to hurt her. I didn't want to be aggressive. Like the fact that like he was looking out for like her well-being, I guess, when he was trying to defend himself, like that's heartbreaking.
Yeah. Super sad.
But like you could tell, like it's like really hard for him to talk about, and like that is like such a traumatic experience. And I saw like her statement. She basically like, literally looked like a fucking website, like about me. Basically, essentially what it was. It's basically me. I don't know how to have boundaries. I wasn't taught consent.
How is that an excuse? That's a
but
new
like
one. What?
Reading stuff online, it really upset me. Like how many people are like, "Well, she's young. I feel bad for her."
What? See, shit like that just like pisses me off.
Yeah, they're like, "Well, I feel bad for both of them."
Why? Why do you feel bad for her? She fucking did it. Like, hello? What is there to feel bad about with her? Like,
also, like, if it was the other way around,
right.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
People would be like going insane about it, like defending her.
Yeah, that's super fucked, honestly.
It really upsets me that like the people don't have the same energy with like men who experience SA. Right. And people don't understand or think like SA could happen to a man, and like I don't understand it.
Yeah, I don't get that.
Same with like a couple months ago, Joshua Bassett. They're talking about, it was all over like Twitter about his essay, and I saw so many disgusting like tweets about it, like being like, oh, he's a guy, how can he get essayed? Oh, but he's a guy. Like, yeah, why are you defending the abuser?
Yeah, I don't get that. I mean, the whole thing's just, I just genuinely don't understand how people are that fucking stupid to say that. Like, I can't comprehend that there's actually fucking people like that. And it's honestly, like, annoying, because I just don't, like, what are you not understanding about it? Like, I don't know why they're confused.
And, like, it's so, like, gross at the fact that, like, she continuously, like, did these nasty things.
Yeah, that's fucking gross.
And it's sad because, like, he's young. And he's like, well, she kept on saying she was going to change. And, like, experiencing essay as an adult is already extremely hard. But, like, also, like, when you're, like, young and you want to find, especially like, if you're friends with this person, like, you're trying to still find the good in everyone. It's hard.
Yeah.
And I think especially with like him being a guy, like it's hard for him to come forward and like have the world essentially like judge you
Mm-hmm.
or decide or try to tell you how you should feel, or
Right.
everyone wants to tell you how you should feel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, super sad.
But honestly, like, if you're not that person, you don't have an opinion on how you should feel.
Right. Yeah, that's whack.
So I have been telling Jamie to watch Euphoria for weeks now.
Yeah, I've been busy with other shows, but I finally made some time.
So 2 weeks ago, it was actually the day my grandma died. The first episode of the second season came out.
God damn.
I like pre-gamed rewatching Euphoria season 1, like the weekend before the new season came out. And so far season 2, I've been really impressed, especially with their like soundtracks. Like I feel like they're
an unpopular opinion. I
what?
think. I mean, I know season 2 is early. It's still
It's
early,
only,
but
it's only the 3rd episode.
I was so bored the last episode. It's just not. I feel like the storyline's not there right now. Like the first season, it was there and it was giving. And I gotta say, like the last episode, I was bored. I was like on my phone, you know. But it's still early, so you know anything can change.
I thought it was good. I think it was important to the storyline to like understand the backstory of some of these people.
For sure.
I'm gonna say it now. I'm a Cassie apologist.
We love Cassie. She's my favorite person on that show. Anyone who thinks that Maddie and Nate should be together are fucking stupid. Why would you want that? Like, I don't get that. Are there people that like ship that and like, oh my god, like they're so cute together? Are there actually people that think that relationship's cute? Good, because like, hello.
I think it's just like the fact that like Maddie and Cassie are best friends.
And I'm gonna be completely honest, I don't like Maddie's character. I don't like her. I think she's just so fucking chaotic and toxic that I can't. I have a hard time when she's just like, she even had said it herself in one of the episodes that she like liked it being toxic, and I'm like, that's not cool, girly. Like, come on.
My heart really does feel for her though. Like she was in a very abusive relationship.
For sure, that whole thing, yeah.
And I feel like Nate really has influenced a lot of decision making for her.
Yeah.
I mean, like the man like choked her out.
The whole fucking, I can't. I just, there's certain parts of this show where I'm like, it's just so fucking insane to me. Like, I don't know.
Like the fact that they framed this like innocent man for like,
and the fact that was just like, it just happened. It was so normal. They just brushed past it. I'm like,
they really did brush
that's
past
a
it.
way bigger thing than.
And I think they really did brush past the fact about like what happened to McKay.
Yeah.
At campus.
Right.
Like
yeah,
I feel like they just really like brushed.
Just like a small thing. Like
that it literally was like a 2-minute scene.
Yeah. No, I really don't get. Yeah, some of these things I'm like, I don't know. It's just like crazy.
But like, I know that Rue frustrates everyone with her decisions.
It's real though. It is real.
I think it's a great portrayal of like addiction.
Right, for sure. It's just the one thing I will say about it that I was thinking about earlier, like after I caught up, I was like, in a way, I don't know if it's like the director or the writers, but it's almost coming across as like normalizing addiction because it's such like not a big, I guess maybe more so in the first season where it's just not a thing. Like everyone is just like doing drugs, and I'm like, why is that like normal?
And I think that's really hard. That's why it's really hard for people to like watch the show.
Yeah, it's just like
it's a really triggering show, but I think it's realistic though.
Maybe. I don't know. It's maybe, I guess I can't relate to it because, like, the fucking school I didn't go to, like, the school I went to, shit like that didn't happen, you know?
I feel like the school I went to, it did.
Okay. Yeah. See, yeah, I just had, like, a totally different experience because, like, that shit just didn't happen,
Obviously
you know?
not, like, the same, but, like, stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't relate to that. So a lot of this shit, I'm, like, so far-fetched for me. And then it's also, like, so, like, weird. Like, it's, I don't know. I feel like, how are they high schoolers and, like, all this shit's happening to them? I'm, like, so confused on it, but I mean, go off.
Like, I know that, like, not only does Rue have an addiction,
Yeah, she's
but
got,
I
obviously.
feel like they mentioned she has bipolar, and I know, like, my bipolar triggers, like, addictive behaviors. So I think that's
Right.
very, like, realistic. Like, when she's struggling mentally, that, like, you resort back to your addiction.
Right.
And I'm not trying to, like, self-diagnose a character or anything, but I saw someone else say this. I feel like Rue has borderline personality disorder, and Jules is her favorite person
Probably.
because, like, everything's so catastrophic and, like, gut wrenching for her
Yeah.
when it comes to, like, Jules.
For
And I
sure.
know, like,
Yeah.
my experiences with, like, BPD, like, when you have, like, a favorite person, and it's, I hate that term, first of all.
Yeah.
Favorite person. Like, even, like, a change of tone, they could really, like, be triggering to you. Like, everything just seems so big. But I love Fez and Ashtray.
We love. They're my favorites. They're so funny.
I love how Ashtray literally will pull that gun out for anything.
For real, it's so funny.
To defend Fez.
Also, I saw something, this is tea actually, and I'll have to keep everyone updated if we ever figure out, like, what really happened. So apparently there was tea on the set of, like, Euphoria, and Barbie Ferreira,
I saw that.
I am so curious to know what went down. Like, I'm just so curious, just because I'm nosy. But, like, it must have been, I mean, Homegirl didn't go to the premiere, so, like, it had to have been something, like, big, you know?
Yeah, I don't think she liked the direction of, like, where they were taking her character.
Maybe, I don't know. All I know is I'm dying to know, like, what words were exchanged about that. I'm so curious. The fact that they lied and said, oh, it was COVID reasons, and then it came out that it wasn't even about COVID, I'm like, that's tough. They tried to cover it up.
But it's also from...
That's, yeah.
Yeah, so you don't know how accurate that is.
We never know how accurate that actually is. But yeah, crazy stuff. I guess I'll keep updated with that and see if any tea ever gets spilled.
But I love in this, like, first and second episode the direction they're taking Lexi and Fez.
Oh my god, we love them. They're so cute together.
And I am upset that, like, we didn't get any Fexy content last episode. That. Yeah, but
kind of a bummer.
Can we talk about the fact that, like,
it's the way that, like, Fez flirting is how I flirt. You know what I mean? And that's so tough. Like, I really had a moment where I was watching it and I'm like, that's how I flirt. It's so awkward and, like, not flirting at all, just being fucking, like, weird about it. That's me. And I realized that.
Well, I was so mad at Fez when she, like, went to the drive-thru, like, convenience store, and Faye was there, and, like, she was like, who is this? And he wasn't like, hey, this is Faye, my friend's girlfriend, or my friend.
Yeah, I don't know.
But, like, can you talk about how quick Lexi wasn't didn't tell Fez, like, hey, this is Nate Jacob's dad that came in. I was gonna let him get, like,
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, beat up, shot.
Euphoria is super crazy. I'm loving the show. It's a little, like, some parts I'm, like, so irritated by it because, like, certain, like, I don't watch shows like that, so like there's very like specific reasons that I don't watch shows like Euphoria because it irritates me if someone does something stupid. It just pisses me off. But I'm really trying to just enjoy it. It's just a show, and it's great.
If I was a character on Euphoria, I'd be Lexi.
I wouldn't be any of them, I don't think.
I feel
Yeah.
like I really relate to Lexi.
Probably, yeah.
Like
I
her
don't.
humor and her like,
Mhm.
she's just like, that's how I was in high school. Like I just like
Who am I
kept to
on
myself.
Euphoria? Because that's a thing I've been
I
seeing
like
people
none
talk
of
about.
them.
Right, that's just not me. None of those personalities are me. I feel like
But
they all just take themselves so fucking serious. It's like such
I
a serious thing. I'm like,
really
oh.
loved in the last episode how Lexi was like, she pretends that her life is a movie, so she doesn't have to like deal with her problems. I'm like, okay, me.
For sure, I love that. Yeah.
But I think that I love Maud Apatow, which is Lexi. I
Yeah.
loved her in Knocked Up. I love her in King of Staten Island. I love her in Euphoria. I think her role as Lexi is so captivating and she plays it so well.
Mm-hmm.
This is a Maud Apatow fan podcast.
We love that.
I love Maud.
I'm gonna actually, while we're on the topic of Euphoria, I have to retract a statement I made. I think the last episode we were talking about our female celeb crushes, and I think you said Sydney Sweeney. And I said I didn't get it. I get it now. I get it. I love her.
She
Love
is
her.
so like,
She's so hot, first of all.
she's so effortlessly charming.
She it's just her whole like aura, like just how she comes off. I love her. You know?
I love her TikToks of her like fixing her Bronco
Oh
up.
my god, I know. Yeah, she's so beautiful. I'm like, okay, I get the hype, you know?
I love her. Love her, love her, love her.
For sure.
I want to talk about Jason Derulo because you don't.
Yeah, I have no
Have you not
clue
heard this?
No. No, I haven't heard any of
The latest
Jason
Derulo news.
No, I don't keep up with him, unfortunately. What's happening?
So the other day I was at work and I was on my lunch and I'm just like scrolling through my phone and I see this Facebook article.
Yeah.
And Jason Derulo got in a fight with someone because they called him Usher.
There's no way. Wait, I think I heard that. Definitely heard that on radio when I was listening the other day. That's so funny, the fact that that actually happened. No,
Like-
it wasn't. I can't remember if I heard it on the radio or if I heard it on H3. I can't remember who talked about
Like,
it. But
what did Usher do wrong?
like what?
Is
that real? Like,
yeah.
That's the craziest shit I've ever heard.
Is
in my
Usher
life.
like problematic?
No, I don't think so. He just like makes shitty music, but like that's all.
Oh, hold up.
I'm sorry. I know that's a bold statement. I don't fuck with Usher's music. I'm sorry.
I feel like Usher has some bangers.
No, not anything since like 2007. You know.
His
had its
song,
time.
his "Oh My God" song. Oh my God.
I hate that song. I genuinely fucking hate that song.
Oh my God, my cheer, like, routine and like.
Oh my God, we need to talk about cheer while we're speaking.
Oh
of
yeah,
cheer.
when I was in like elementary school, my cheer routine was to or middle school. It was to "Oh My God."
That's tough. No, we have to talk about Cheer. The new season came out, and
It did.
I gotta say, I live for the show. I'm a big fan, as we all know. I was a cheerleader, and I don't like saying that. I'm embarrassed to admit it, but I was. And I always love watching that show because it brings me back to my times as a cheerleader, and I love watching all the drama because I trained at like an all-star gym. I never had enough money to actually like be a fucking like cheerleader on their team, but I would go to I would go to tumbling
Like open gym.
Yeah, super fun.
Same.
But yeah, I remember when I was younger,
I was more of a like gymnast.
My sister, she was a couple years older than me, and she was on like the school's cheerleading team, and they went to this like cheer competition that had like all-star teams too. It was like really weird, but whatever. And I like was begging my parents while we were at this competition to let me sign up for All-Star Cheer, and they like were like thinking about it, and then they looked at how much it cost and they were like,
It's insane.
Sorry, big guy, you're not gonna be a competitive cheerleader. And that my dreams were crushed then. But I did get kind of lucky the years I cheered in high school. We had really great coaches that like fought for us to be able to stunt, so we got to do that, which was fun. But I love watching cheer because it really just brings me back to those days, and I love
Like-
seeing all the like little fights and drama because that's really how cheerleading is. It's so
It really
funny.
is, and it's so expensive, like such an expensive sport.
Mhm.
I did train like an all-star gym when I
Mhm.
did cheer, but I was more of a gymnast
Yeah.
compared to cheer. I was more into that.
Mhm.
And the amount of money that like my poor mom would
It's
have to
insane.
pay,
Yeah.
she was literally spending like almost $200 a week like
Mhm.
on gymnastics,
It's crazy expensive. Yeah.
like private lessons,
Mhm.
the uniforms,
Yeah, fuck that.
competitions.
Yeah, it's honestly robbery, and I'm kind of like at the end of the day, I'm glad. There is something I do want to bring up though, for me personally. I am glad that my parents never let me do that because there's a lot of like negativity that can come out of like all-star cheer, and just I'm glad they didn't put me through that because I probably would have been a lot worse mentally, like fucked up if I would have done that like my whole life. That would have fucked me up, I think.
You think?
But yeah.
But obviously I feel like we had to address
We have to.
Jerry.
Yeah.
Everyone fell in love with him season 1, including myself. Then it came out, I would say like a year and a half
Mhm.
ago.
Probably, yeah. It was right kind of like when the pandemic started.
Again, sexual
Trigger
abuse.
warning, yeah.
Trigger warning. About his crimes. I don't know how to. What was he charged with?
I mean, there
Like
was
was it-
soliciting nudes
Okay.
from minors, obviously, and then there was the other one that they're trying. It hasn't been officially like.
Was it like an
I think
essay charge or?
It's something. It's like coercing a minor to have
Okay.
sex with you or something.
I didn't want to like speak on it
Because
like
he
right.
never actually assaulted, but it was like a coercion type thing.
Okay.
I think.
So,
I don't quote me on that. Like I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
But these such young boys.
Dude, I literally could not fucking believe it because I never even when it first happened, I was like, oh, that's fucked up. But I never really looked into it and like heard the full story. So when I watched the episode where they talked about it, I had no clue about
And
half this
those
shit.
boys were so like brave to like come up and talk about it, and like
I can't even imagine. Like
If
you
they're
know, like
so
the whole world's
young.
gonna see that. Yeah.
so young having to like experience that first of all, then like being so brave to come forward,
Right.
especially when like I feel like there's so much like people, like so many people are like, oh, not Jerry, like
I know, yeah. It's fucked up.
and like blaming the victim.
Right.
But something that really upset me was I felt like they kind of defended him.
And I think
Like
so too. It
like
was
his,
weird because
like
I
his
think
cheermates.
I think the cast was
Teammates.
really like they were kind of trying not I don't want to say defending him, but they just couldn't accept what really happened.
Yeah.
And then it seemed like the, directors and producers of the show were like, we're gonna let these little fucking kids tell their story, and they really like stood up for the victims. So I mean, at least there's that. But
It really upset me when they're like, I can't just like turn my back on him.
Yeah, I don't get that because
he did these like horrendous
Yeah.
things.
Like, why would you want to talk?
Like
to
at the
someone
end of the
like
day,
that?
you truly don't know. Like,
Right, you don't know who
someone's
people are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And yeah, I could not fucking believe that when I saw like Gabby and like she was just one that stood out to me what she was saying about him. And I'm like, why do you want to even be associated with someone like that? Like it could
Right.
not be me. I could never. I would literally cut someone out of my life so fucking fast if that happened. So yeah, it's
Right.
fucking bizarre, but crazy shit. We love Cheer though. We love that show, although I was really disappointed. I think it was rigged, but that's just me.
Honestly, I love Trinity Valley's coach.
I'm not a fan. I don't like, I was kind of like, we talked about this. I don't like that team. I don't like their coach. I hate their shitty attitudes, and
Honestly,
it just
I was
irritates
here
me.
for it. I loved
I
it.
don't like shitty attitudes like that where there's an arrogance, but you're not good enough to be arrogant like that. You haven't won to be arrogant.
Well,
like that.
something that I really loved about Trinity Valley is like compared to Navarro, I feel like Monica like looks for someone that's already like perfect.
I love that. That's how I would be as a coach. It's smart, it's strategy, but
It's
I
a
guess
very
it didn't
smart
really fucking work.
I think that's a very smart strategy. But however, I love that like I feel like you always have to start from somewhere, whether like you're Gabby or like just like someone who is just now starting like all stars.
Yeah.
And I love how Trinity Valley's coach was willing to put in time to his team to teach them all these different things.
For sure. Yeah, I don't know.
And that's why I just like respect him as a coach.
I don't respect him as a coach because I don't like his attitude. That is the one
loved
thing
it.
I wouldn't want to cheer for him because I hate his attitude. I hate the way he talks to his fucking, like, I get it, like, tough love, but you're just a fucking dick. Like, at the end of the day, these are kids. Like, come on.
I feel like Monica talks the same way though.
She shows love though. I feel like I didn't like.
I feel like he did show love.
I think he's just really intense, and I think deal with it.
Honestly, I think you feel that way about Monica because she's a woman. So it's
that
different.
Is not. I had so many male coaches growing up. I love my male coaches. Honestly, it really is just I don't like his attitude with like how he went about things, like talking shit about other teams in like the basketball game. Like that's
the basketball
up.
Game that was
that's
a little too
like,
far. That was too
up.
far, and I didn't like that. But like as a coach, like the way he teaches his team, I like that. Like how he is willing to put in the time and effort to like teach them new things.
For sure. Yeah, I don't know. I honestly kind of I like the first season better just cuz I maybe I'm biased. I love Navarro, and so I didn't really fucking want to see like this whole other squad's fucking like life. But I mean, props to it. I guess you got to switch the show up, so that's fine. I just like didn't really give a fuck about the other team, and I still don't, to be honest. Like I wasn't interested, but that's just a bias thing, I think.
Yeah.
Still loved it though. Great season.
It was a great season. I love Justin. I love his YouTube videos.
Yeah.
We
have to. I feel like we have to talk about Kanye.
Oh my god.
Oh, we have to talk about this.
Low-key, I live for his PR relationship with Julia.
It's at this point, Julia. It's so funny, bro. Like it's so funny. I can't get over like just how fucking stupid it is, and the fact that these like people get like they can do this. Like, they really do this and get money from it is so insane to me.
It's the fact that people believe, like, both sides. I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry. Like, no offense, but, like, it just is so calculated on both sides.
Of course it is. Honestly, I would bet money that Kim and Kanye are probably still together. Like, that's honestly, like, they're just both becoming irrelevant, so they have to do other things to get attention, but I wouldn't put it past Miss Chris to, like, come up with this scheme, you know?
Chris Jenner is behind everything.
It's just so stupid to me because, like, they had their moment of, like, being big celebrities, and they're not as cool as they used to be, and that's just, like, the reality of any celebrity. They're gonna have their time, and then you become irrelevant.
I feel like every celebrity has their prime.
Yeah, and they're just not in it anymore. They're all getting older. They're just irrelevant, and people are kind of like, okay, next, you know? What's the next thing? And they can't accept that or come to terms with that. So they're just leeching onto every possible thing they can do for attention. I don't like that.
That him and Julia as like a stunt is so good.
It's so funny, dude. It's so funny. He's just so out of his fucking mind. Like, it's entertaining. Like
is she?
I don't know what the fuck homegirl's doing. All I know is that some of the shit that he does, that he wears, that he says, I'm like, there's no fucking way that he's, like, doing this unironically. Like, the fact that this is just him. Like Pete Davidson said, this is me off the meds. go on them. Like, honestly, like, you're just,
but like,
it's too much.
In the sense where, like, I think it's so blatantly obvious that Kim and Pete are a stunt.
Of course it is, yeah.
And I, like, for Kim, that's such, like...
It's so tough.
It's a good career move, I guess.
It's
because, because you gotta think about it.
I mean,
this way, like,
they saw the formula, they saw it worked, so they took
yes,
it and
the
ran
formula
with it.
of
the
Coulson and
the scrawny,
Megan.
tatted up white boy. It's a thing now.
That's so mean.
It's just the fucking truth, bro. I love them. I love it. I'm just saying that
Travis and Courtney.
Trendy. Yeah.
And I feel like Travis and Courtney are like, I don't want to say like the it couple, but like they are.
Like, MPK,
so like
Travis and Pete really said copy of a copy of a copy. Like, they're just the exact same, just different font. And I love that. There's not anything wrong with it. I'm just saying.
But like, I feel like Kim and Pete is so blatantly obviously fake.
Of course it is.
But like,
it's so stupid. No paparazzis are going into these like private fucking things,
right?
Pictures, like, come on.
Like not like the fucking like restaurant security.
There's laws against that.
Footage.
You can't go into private property and take pictures.
I feel like being fans of like music artists really has shown teaches you like different ways to like call out a PR stunt.
No, it's so calculated. You want to hear just how fucking crazy this shit is getting and how detailed it is? I saw this recently. You know that song, the A, B, C, D, E, F, U? Okay, tell me why shit was all from the beginning. You know how that song started on TikTok?
Mm-hmm.
So there's some real FBIs who like got in on this to see like where it started. So someone had commented, will you write a song using these letters of the alphabet? And then so she wrote that song. Tell me why the like account that made the comment was literally her fucking a part of her team that forgot to use a burner. They just used like their actual name, and so someone researched it straight up a part, like a member of her team, her PR team. I'm like, that's so like, if you think about it, like how calculated they are that they do shit like that, because everyone loves to see like something start on TikTok and then like blow up,
right? Because like that's how it is now.
It's so calculated, and I love it. Like it's so funny to me.
Also, like seeing like different PR relationships, like, and you can see like who the photographer is, like backgrid.
Not the backgrid, not the backgrid
photos. No, literally every time I see like a PR thing, I always say to you, like, not the backgrid.
Yeah, I mean, we love that.
If you notice
that call the paparazzis on themselves,
yeah,
which is so embarrassing. I feel like there's like a very specific age where that happens. You're either super young or like getting old and can't accept that you're getting old and not getting attention anymore.
Yeah.
Like that's who does it, and it's so embarrassing.
But if you notice like a lot of like these stunt pictures, whether it's Kanye and Julia or Pete and Kim,
yeah,
the watermark on it's backgrid. So they're calling these paparazzi.
I mean, it's like the equivalent of certain celebrities getting paparazzi pictures taken while they're in the middle of the ocean on a
right.
boat. Like, that just doesn't happen, you know? Like, there's not homies sitting on a little fucking boat with their cameras ready. Like, that doesn't just...
Right.
What are the chances that a celebrity's on a yacht right now? Like, that doesn't happen, you know what I mean? And I feel like it's so sad because they really are, you know, targeting a younger audience who won't understand that, but that's just what it is. And it's so funny to me to see shit like that, and like just like that's embarrassing. Not the fucking yacht pictures, come on.
Not the yacht gate.
It's fucked up. So yeah, that whole thing like is so funny. But
like if you think about it, like Pete is very like in his prime.
Yeah, I mean he's super popping right now.
So for Kim Kardashian to be like, oh, that's the one.
That's the one.
I guess it's smart.
But it's not sustainable, you know? Like that's never gonna last.
Well, like, if you think about it, like if they were actually in a relationship, like what the fuck would they have in common?
Would be a really fun scheme. A nice little PR stunt would be to get Scott Disick and Kim K. Can you imagine the shit?
No,
that's entertaining. No. I would watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Scott and Courtney. Fuck, no. Chloe, my bad, sorry.
You think? I could.
Yeah, because I already have like a really close relationship.
That's
like,
true.
Honestly,
it's gotta be. It's gotta be like that's so.
I would be here for it if they dated. Like not even like PR, like real last shit. Like I would be here for it.
That is like mad weird though if you think about it.
Yeah.
The fact that he like had kids with her sister, that's like weird, but like so funny. You know?
Yeah.
Like that's so I would love to see it. But no, there was something that while we're on like the topic of Kanye, I saw this really funny tweet. So everyone knows the outfit that he recently wore with her. Homeboy took a little page out of Kim K's book with just covering your entire body in like black, like what it like fucking like a morph suit.
I don't know why that picture reminds me of The Incredibles.
He looks like a lizard. He just looks so weird. But no, there was this funny tweet that I saw. Someone said, there's something about the idea of Julia Fox having to introduce Kanye to her family like this while he's dressed like that. Can you really just sit there and picture that? Like the fact that he like
I can't
what do you even say? Like, this is my boyfriend. Like, what do you even say to justify that? Like, homeboy is wearing a black morph suit.
And if we talk about the fact that Kanye literally like hates the paparazzi, but like now he's like eating that shit up.
Yeah, I think he's just it's so it's a guilty pleasure to watch that shitstorm. Like it's so chaotic, it's so fucking stupid, but it's like so funny and tragic that I it's like a car crash. You can't stop looking at it.
Yeah,
you know?
But I think because it's so like not believable.
It's so vague. It's like I get secondhand embarrassment from some of this shit because I'm just like it's kind of sad if you think about like how desperate these people are. Like, come on, are you that desperate? But they are, and that's tough. You know.
Honestly, like for Pete, I don't think it's like a desperate move because like I think it's like
I'm talking about older celebrities who are.
I was thinking that I feel like that's like.
No, Pete's king. We love him. He's just being smart.
I feel like that's just like growing his audience.
He'd be an idiot not to agree to do that, and
for sure
love that for him. It's just, I just don't. I think it's just I'm not a big Kardashian fan. I don't like. I just don't like anything that they do. I think they have no talent. I'm sorry, that's controversial, but they literally have no talent. They don't do anything.
I love Kourtney.
Like they have personality.
I love Kourtney.
But it's like really their TV show was just them sitting there eating fucking salads and sitting on their phone and then having fights with each other. Like that's so not entertaining to me. So I'm like, I just don't get the whole thing. But apparently no one gets it since they're not really popping anymore. So, you know, it is what it is.
They got that new Hulu series coming.
What?
They have like it's basically like a Keeping Up with Kardashians, but now it's just like on Hulu.
Oh, Jesus fuck. Of course they do. Let's see how long that takes for the ratings to be shit before it gets canceled. Anyways, I'm done shit talking the Kardashians. I just don't like them, to be honest with you.
I feel like we should wrap things up because I gotta edit this to post it tomorrow.
I gotta do skincare.
And I need to get ready for bed. It's literally 8:30.
It's gonna be a long day tomorrow.
So song of the week. I can go for it first.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go right down the line, Jerry Rafferty.
Okay. Love that. Okay, let me find my little playlist I've been playing. Dang, I've been listening to a lot of new songs. So I have two. Yeah, I have two songs. So first one, Less Than Zero, The Weeknd. Love that song.
I love his new album.
Yeah, it's super good. Less Than Zero, fucking good song. And then also a little random, kind of a bit older. I wasn't a fan of this song when this album came out, but it's growing on me. Getting Older by Billie Eilish. It's a cute little song. So
it's a good song.
Go stream it. So yeah, those are mine.
All right. Should we wrap things up? I'm literally so exhausted.
Please. Yeah, let's wrap it up. All right.
This has been great. This has been Let's Talk About It with Jamie and Kirsten.
We're never in sync.
Nope. Tune in next week for some more fun. Be nice, do good. Treat people with kindness. Stay safe. All the love. Peace and love. Peace and love.